Kettle still whistles at 7, like it did when you were here. I memorized its sadness and the way it hides a tear. The curtains still dance in the morning, though no one pulls them wide. Your robe still hangs behind the door, like it's waiting on your stride. The mailbox holds no letters, but I check it just the same. And I keep our song on vinyl, so I don't forget my name. The clock don't tick the way it used to since you stopped turning keys, but I still light the porch lamp so your ghost knows where I'll be. I still set the table for two, still pour your favorite tea, still hum the lines you used to miss in that movie's final scene. They say move on and find someone, but they never met you, so I live like you're still coming home. I still set the table for two. Sweaters in the closet I folded every week, like prayers I keep repeating to a God who doesn't speak. I wear your ring around my neck so it's always close to heart, and I talk to your reflection in the mirror after dark. I've learned the art of waiting, like a lighthouse learns the shore, shining light that no one answers, still hoping nevermore. I still set the table for two, still leave the porch swing free, still laugh at jokes you used to tell, though now it's only me. They say love dies with distance, but you live in all I do. Every meal, each morning prayer, I still set the table for two. So if heaven has a window and you're looking down the view, I hope you see the candlelight where I still set the table two.
You never said goodbye, not really. Just a note with half a name and a postcard from Sedona, with no return, no blame. She left her keys on the table next to mine and a broken watch. Said time don't wait on cowards, and I was late by just that much. I found a matchbook from Nevada, folded neatly in my coat, and a lipstick trace on paper that said don't call, just let me float. She was always 10 steps ahead, in boots I never chased, and I wore my silence proudly, like a love I couldn't face. She only wrote me Arizona, never said the word goodbye, just a fading desert skyline and her name beneath the sky. I tried to read between the cactus and the words she left behind, but the only thing she told me was she was done being mine. I still keep that postcard folded in the pocket of my pride. Every woman since has asked me why I leave love outside. I say it's 'cause I met a thunder that looked like common grace. She burned like dusk in silence and vanished without a trace. I could have followed west that night, but I stayed and cursed the floor. And now I sip on her goodbye like a man who wanted more. She only wrote me Arizona, no return, no sweet explain, just a sky in rust and crimson, and her tears in desert rain. I tried to frame it like a story, but the plot just slipped through time, and the only thing she told me was she was done being mine. She never liked goodbyes, so she never gave me one. Now I drive through town she'd love, with her postcard in my coat, still wondering if Arizona was the last thing that she wrote.
Steps, you said you don't have to go, but I was full of stubborn mouths and fear I couldn't show.
You had candles on the windowsill and coffee going cold. The record played some Conway Twitty like it knew we'd both grow old.
I kissed your cheek, not your lips, that's a choice I still replay.
And every what if that I whisper begins with walking away.
The night was soft as mercy, but my pride was hard as stone. You reached for love with trembling hands, and I left you there alone.
If I had stayed that night, would the stars have felt less far? Would we be two names on one mailbox and not just memories in a jar? I still feel your breath in moonlight, I still dream you hold me tight, but I'll never know the answer if I had stayed that night.
I heard you moved to Houston with a man who loves to dance. I hope he sees the way you laugh like he's been given one more chance.
I fold your name into my prayers like a photograph in flame. I don't wish I had you now, just that I'd stayed and known your name.
The clock forgives no minute, the road forgets no light,
and silence holds more meaning than anything I write. If I had stayed that night, would your tears have turned to gold? Would we have painted autumn mornings in the house where we grew old? I still feel the echo in the rain that tells me I wasn't right, but I'll always wonder gently if I had stayed that night. Sometimes love knocks once and leaves when no one answers.
Now I write our story backward into my heart's low candlelight, and I'll always live the question: if I had stayed that night.
I found his coat behind the closet, smelled like wind and kerosene, a little torn around the collar like the stories in between. He wore it to my baseball games and to Mama's second wedding. He never said too many words, but his silence did the telling. We never saw eye to eye, more like mirror to regret, but I still wore that coat one night just to see what he felt. He was thunder in the hallway, he was whiskey on the chair. He was gone before I noticed he was ever really there. My father's coat still fits me wrong, but I wear it when I need him strong. Through every storm I walk alone, it wraps me in what I've outgrown. We never said the words we meant, we spoke through fences, not through vents. But in this fabric old and broke, I still remember my father's coat. He left before the cancer came, but I read his Bible notes. He marked the page on prodigal and folded prayers and quotes. I found a picture in the pocket of me at age 13, grinning like I knew the world and didn't fear a thing. And we were men made out of silence, built from lessons never said. But that coat was like a letter I forgot I hadn't read. My father's coat still fits me wrong, but I wear it when I need him strong. Through every storm I walk alone, it wraps me in what I've outgrown. We never said the words we meant, we spoke through fences, not through vents. But in this fabric old and broke, I still remember my father's coat. He never said goodbye, but he left me this to try. So I hang it by the doorway, let it catch the morning smoke. And when I miss the man I knew, I wear my father's coat. I saw her in a photograph, taped behind a diner seat, smiling like she owned the world and never knew defeat.
She used to work the corner booth, pouring coffee, dreams, and cream. I was young and chasing thunder, too proud to ever dream. She'd sing along to Springsteen with a voice too soft to stay, and I'd pretend I didn't notice while my chance slipped away. She called me cowboy once or twice, though I never had the boots. Just a heart afraid of quiet and a suitcase full of truth. Back then I didn't know her name, just her laugh and how she moved. I thought love was for the settled, not for boys who still had grooves. Now the jukebox plays reminders of the time I can't reclaim. She gave me light in passing, but I never knew her name. She left that job in '83, said the town was far too still. I heard she made it out to Denver, married some man on a hill. I stayed behind with habits like the chair she always used, and wondered if she ever thought of the boy who never moved. I tried to write a letter, but I never had her last, so I fold it in a whisper and sing it to the past. Back then I didn't know her name, just the hum of her goodbye. I was too in love with leaving to let her even try. Now my hands are full of nothing but this old cafe in flame. She walked through like an angel, and I never knew her name. Now the corner booth feels colder, though the sun still hits the same. I still sip the cup she poured me back when I didn't know her name. He sat alone at Jackson's bar, midnight sharp, same corner booth. Nursing one shot like a sermon, whispered low in honest truth. The barkeep said he don't say much, but he's seen the world go gray. Used to ride with fire in his hands till the fire walked away. He wore a coat too big for summer and boots too soft for war. Carried silence like a weapon, but never walked out that door. Some say he lost a brother, some say he took a life, but no one dared to ask him why his hand still shook at night. He's the man who sat at midnight where the jukebox wouldn't play, in the town that knew too little and looked the other way. He lit a match for every secret and let the silence burn it right. But he never told his story, the man who sat at midnight. One night night, a stranger walked in slow, with eyes like a debt unpaid. He said, "You took what mattered most, now it's time your dues get laid." The bar fell into silence like a church with bated breath, and that old man just sipped his whiskey like he'd been waiting death. He said, "Son, I don't deny it, but you don't know all I did. And vengeance won't restore her if you can't forgive the kid." He's the man who sat at midnight with 1,000 ghosts in line, carved his sins in broken windows, left his soul beneath the pine. And he stared down every sorrow like a judge with no respite. But he never told his story, the man who sat at midnight. Some truths are built like coffins. Some are born to stay inside. Now the booth stays dark and empty, but the seat is still worn thin. Folks say when it hits midnight, you can almost see him grin. He paid the cost in silence with his back turned to the light, and he took it all with him, the man who sat at midnight.
The jukebox never played again.
Back into Canyon Hill, where the silence always speaks, dust covered up the welcome sign, like a year's between the weeks. The saloon's got one light still burning, no faces that I know, just a barkeep with a Bible and a shotgun down below. He said, "You've got the look of sorrow." I said, "That's just my resting face." But we both knew I was lying, like this town forgot my name. I came to find forgiveness, but I parked beside regret. No graves with flowers waiting, just the debts I still don't get. No one waits in Canyon Hill, no porch light left for me. The house is gone, the fields are dry, and even ghost won't speak. I thought the past could hear me through the wind against the sill, but even echoes know no one waits in Canyon Hill. Name still haunts the chapel door, carved like it once bled. And I swear I heard her footsteps, though I know she's years dead. I left a note at the altar, just in case she walks back through. But deep down I'm just pretending, like a man without a clue. I lit a match to midnight, hoping fate might show the way. But the only light in Canyon Hill is the fire I threw away. No one waits in Canyon Hill, no porch light left for me. The house is gone, the fields are dry, and even ghosts won't speak. I thought the past could hear me through the wind against the sill, but even echoes know no one waits in Canyon Hill.
They said I was my father's son, quiet hands in second place. Never raised my voice at anger, never looked pride in the face.
They pushed me down in high school hallways, took my heart, left my name. Mama said you rise above it, so I learned how to lose with grace.
I wore that silence like a ribbon, like it meant I had control. But deep inside the echo was a man about to roll.
You can teach a boy to swallow, but a man learns how to roar. And someday all that pressure kicks the hinges off the door. A man like me don't stay down long. You can bet against me, sure, go on. I've been cracked, I've been bruised, but I don't break, I just move. You might take my time, not my song. A man like me don't stay down long.
Lovers who mistook soft for weak, but kindness ain't a coffin, and quiet ain't defeat.
I watched my brother drink his rage till he turned into the man. I swore I'd never mimic, but I still understand. You can kick a dog forever till he learns to bite the storm. But I found peace in firelight, and rage I can transform. A man like me don't stay down long. You can bend me, but I'm built strong. I've seen shame, I've seen loss, but I still walk like I'm the boss. I don't beg, I rebuild what's gone. A man like me don't stay down.
They said I'd never raise my voice, but I learned how to sing.
A man like me don't stay down long. Even thunder knows my song. I've been quiet, not afraid. Now my silence gets repaid. Watch me rise, sing proud and strong. A man like me don't don't stay down long. No, a man like me don't stay down long.
Night still smells like her perfume and ash from a cigarette. We dance like strangers holding history in a room we won't forget. She poured her soul in paper cups, said this ain't love, it's time on loan. But every word she never said still echoes through my bones. I watched her button up her silence as the sunrise kissed her face. She wore goodbye like lipstick and left without a trace. I asked if I could see her when the sun was high and clear. She said some things are better when the morning isn't near. Some loves ain't meant for mornings, they bloom beneath motel moons. They hold you like a promise, but they vanish with the tune. We were real when clocks were broken and shadows held us tight. Some loves ain't meant for mornings, only born to live by night. Talked about forever like it was just a place to pass. Shared names like faded tattoos on a window made of glass. She traced the outline of my hand like she was reading Braille of fate, then pulled away so slowly like goodbye arrived too late. She said, don't try to find me in the day you think you knew, not made for afternoon or anything too true. Some loves ain't meant for mornings, they disappear in dawn's regret, like steam across a windshield from the words we never said. We were fire inside a whisper, we were thunder dressed in white. Some loves ain't meant for mornings, they only live beneath the night. So I light one more for memory and I hum our borrowed song. Some loves ain't meant for mornings, but they linger all life long.
There's a coffee ring on her last letter and a photo turning gray. I read them both 100 times, still don't know what not to say. I told my boy to chase his dreams, but never said how far. He called last week from Michigan, and I just stared at stars. I never said I missed my dad till I saw him in my hands. Never said I feared the silence till the noise was all I had. We all think we'll find the moment to say what weighs the soul, but life don't wait on timing, and the truth ain't always told. These are the things I meant to say when I had more time than fear. Like I'm proud of you and I'm sorry, and I'm glad you made it here. But the clock just kept on ticking, and I thought words could delay. Now all I've got is echoes of the things I meant to say. I never told her she was right when she begged me not to roam. Now the house still smells like flowers, but it don't feel like home. I kept my kindness in a drawer with the watch I never wore, and now both are ticking louder than they ever did before. The days grow short and golden, and I breathe a little slow. Wish I'd said it while they listen. Wish I let the silence go. These are the things I meant to say, not in eulogies or prayers, but across the kitchen table with a breath and two good chairs. Now I fold them in a letter, and I hope they find their way to the hearts I left wide open with the things I meant to say. I should have said it sooner, but I guess I say it now. So if you hear me in the static of a song you hum today, know I meant it when I whispered all the things I meant to say.